What's up, traders? It's Saturday, and this is our gold and silver recap. We had a 550 pip trade. It was actually 2 trades. I want to show you exactly what we did, how we caught that, and how you could get them, and what's coming up next for gold and silver. I think the move started. The move has 100% begun, and we're straight out breakout territory, and super bullish. So on this play, I'll show you a long-term setup here on this was the ROmentum that really signaled that this move is about to happen. Let me get our template. I have 2 templates here, scalping template and straight up long-term analysis template. Here we go. And you can see this was an accumulation phase. Big accumulation right here, and there's multiple signs on lower time frames that we're about to move higher, right? So the question was, are we gonna break down to 1640 to 1600 in gold? And we can't really like rule that possibility out, to be honest. I mean, you know, we could even potentially be making a lower high here, right? But if you look at it, even just standard technical analysis, this being a potential trend line here that would be broken, whether or not you believe in trend lines or not, there's a bunch of people looking at this. So that, you know, kind of tells me that, hey, maybe we might get a fake out move and a push lower, one last push to the downside to make one final low. But man, if we look at on the ROmentum here, the volume profile, which does a great, amazing job of doing, you can see the bearishness came in, sellers in the market, seller volume, and then just a big impulsive switch. And you can tell by the changing of the colors there, how big of a push there. So this was our original entry here on, you can take a look at it on the 30-minute. Now you can see this was that same accumulation phase. Whether if you study Wyckoff schematics, you know, maybe you could say this was one, you know, it's kind of hard to tell really, but we definitely have a break of that bottom structure. And that's a problem with some of those schematics, is that, well, everything looks for your analysis if you're looking for it. So it's a big mental trap. And that's why for me, I created this indicator to really just show me where the volume and momentum is. It doesn't lie. And the banking moves cannot hide their tracks. So the idea is how can we find the move, find the breakout, and then really ride this huge volume of buying power, right? And so this is what I like to do, how I have my setup with the ROmentum, the indicator CCI as a confirmation down here at times, especially when I'm looking for divergences and potential reversal. But once I want to get into the trade, now you can see here, this was the first initial push out, right? So you see the volume coming in and the move out. We got some divergences here and the first pop up. And typically there's one bounce, and we're really wanting to get in on this pullback here. Shout out to Cameron, who really in the group, who's awesome guy I've been mentoring for years now, and he totally called it on this spike down. So shout out to you, brother. Good call there. And this is look at the more short term. Now I'm going to show you, and I'm going to switch my profile here on the ROmentum and how I've been using it, and the ridiculous accuracy of these moves by using a couple different things here. An envelope moving average, it's set on a 5-minute time frame. So we got our 5-minute here, and so this is where you can get in those really tight entries with 0 to no drawdown. And this is our first initial trade here, right? So this was that low Cameron was looking for, which he just nailed it. And you can see here on these settings of the ROmentum, by the way, I go over with this indicator, step by step. There's like 19 videos in it outlining how I set up my charts in these different ways, so you can follow this exact same indicator strategy and get in on these massive moves with little to no drawdown. So this is long-term profile here, and you can see how accurate this is, highlighting from this lower rangefinder, the bearish volume from here to here, right? You can see it clearly ending, and I juxtapose that with the more longer term setups. Now, once we get above, especially once we're above this envelope here, let me take that off for the meantime, you can see the cross right here, this first cross, and this is 1685, and our original take profit was 1715, right? So 1715, just nailed it right on the dot there. And I was talking to Cameron, and I was like, man, I think we need to up this take profit. This thing's going higher. And so tick that like right on the dot there. You can see this is the same zone that it hit. So just precision entry. So we tick that 1715 and moved the take profit to 1725. And this is where we re-entered on the dip. And by the way, I'll show you here in our Telegram where this was available. Here's the gold entry with a video analysis of the trade and why exactly we were taking it. Here is the next gold entry. And then if you type in gold, you can see where we were updating it along the way down here, right? So gold updates as the trades progressed. There we were, plus 100 pips. So this was available, 150 pips to the VIP members, 220s with updates along the way. And here is where our re-entry point, which I'm going to go to now and check it out. So this is where we re-entered, and this was actually me looking to re-enter this in the Asian session, which I should have waited until New York session, but the trade played out perfectly anyways. So here is our first move higher, which I just went over. Now you can see here on the ROmentum, this dip, one dip, and then our second, right? But on this longer term time frame here, it's showing us that we're still bullish, and I'm confirming that with these settings I have on the CCI that we're above this center line here, right? So we're above the center line, and once I see that, that's telling me that, hey, well, this thing's bullish, it confirming bullish. So now we're trading with the trend instead of, you know, trying to short it here, which definitely looked like it was a bit of a fake out. Our entry was at 1708, which is right at the 23.6% retracement. So that's a very, very, very shallow Fibonacci retracement from this move here to here, 23%. You know, the shallower the pullback, the stronger the trend continuation is, right? So 1708, this was our entry. Our take profit was at 1723, I believe. Yep, 1723 with multiple take profits along the way, 1 to 4 risk to reward. But, you know, that's not even taken into account. We are still in the trade from 1685. So you can see it's playing out here very, very nicely. And here's the first push. Now, even though we didn't, you know, we just held this and stayed with our game plan, the ROmentum here showed you a possibility of where you could have got back in on this with little to no drawdown. When you want to get in here and buy dips with a trend, this thing is unstoppable. So here, check it out. You can see we get a dip there. I have alerts set. So here's my trade right here. This is where we cross over. Now, I made this indicator so you could go on here at alert. And so when we're crossing the center plot line is crossing the second line, if you're looking for a move, I don't have to sit here and watch it all day. I'm going to get a text on my phone when this move is playing out, right? So, I mean, game changer. And if, as long as you stick with your strategy, you don't have to sit here. You can actually go on and do other things and like get on with your life, right? So this could have been your re-entry point. I kind of wish I'd taken it, but happy with this for, I guess it panned out to be about 450 or 550 accumulated between this trade and this, the re-entry here. This was just a possibility that you could have gotten in had you been using this strategy that's with the ROmentum indicator that's available now in the training. I just added it. So game changer, you can use that for getting funded for whatever it is that you want to do. And you can quit just struggling on the charts day after day after day. And so this is our overall move. And this is on a 5-minute time frame. So, you know, this took place over the span of 1 day and 5 hours. So 29 hours. Now, if we go out to the hourly time frame, you can see using this same system, because it works on across multiple time frames, that this was the original move. We haven't even crossed over on the long term here, but the CCI is telling us this is super bullish. This is bullish. So I have no reason to believe, unless some sort of institutional money just takes everybody out, but the momentum, the volume, and my ROmentum indicators in showing, you know, you can't trick the momentum and volume once it's already there. That is one thing you can't hide. The institutions can't hide. And that's why this thing is so deadly. So next week, this coming week, it's going to be a huge potential breakout here. You can see, man, we haven't even gotten started. So will this happen right off the bat? I don't know. I would actually kind of, I'm thinking that we get some sort of pattern like this, because the dollar is showing some strength right now. Some sort of like pattern along here, maybe even a false breakdown, which would make sense that we created this liquidity right here, built up some liquidity, take that, just crush everybody's hopes with that, built by building a liquidity pool there, which is what the banks like to do. That would be our liquidity, and then take everybody out and prep up for the next move. But the beautiful thing is I'll have the ROmentum here to tell me when this happens on an hourly time frame. So I can just go ahead and make my long-term market bias and decide it without having to try to guess. So hope you found this video helpful. There's a lot of possibilities here with gold, with the dollar coming up in the next week. And with this indicator, it takes the guesswork out of it. So if you want access to it, click the link below to get started with the ROmentum, with the training that's included. And if you just want access to our academy, we're doing an Easter special now until tomorrow, so Sunday, when the market's open, and you can get everything 80% off. So $200 for VIP signals and the training academy that lays out beginner, intermediate, advanced trading strategies. But that doesn't include the ROmentum. If you do want the ROmentum, $199 a month, and that includes for free VIP signals, which I just showed you, where we shared this same move and this exact same play, which that in itself would have paid its way, right? Depending on if you put one lot on there, that would have been, you would have made a few $1,000s. So that being said, thanks for watching, everybody. Have an awesome weekend. Have a happy Easter. I appreciate you. Spring's here. I'm super excited. And click the link below to join us in our group. I can't wait to see you in there. Peace.